This question is asking us to solve this exponential equation. We know it's an exponential equation because you see the w, in which you're trying to solve for, is in the exponent, and it has a base of 10. And thus, we're going to be using a logarithm at some point to be able to solve this equation. Now, this one you can just kind of solve by undoing, which means you have to understand the order in which your steps are done to that w so that you can undo them in the correct order. So I'm just going to list out the order of those steps. So if you have this problem, you're going to start by doing 10 to the power of, like that's your first step. Then you multiply by -5. Then you subtract 21. So this is a 3-step problem in which we're going to solve by undoing. And so if you have your equation, -5 times 10 to the w minus 21 is equal to -4,336. That means the very first thing we're going to do to both sides, we're going to add 21 to both sides. That's how you get rid of the subtracting 21. That isolates your exponential term, where you have -5 times 10 to the w. Now that's equal to -4,315. Next, we divide by a -5. We divide by a -5 because then that gets that 10 to the w by itself. And it's worth mentioning that sometimes students try to do the -5 times 10 to make that -50, but those are completely different functions, an exponential versus multiplication. And then 4,315 divided by 5 is equal to 863. And it's positive now because we divided a negative by a negative. And we're at our finish here where we have trying to get w by itself. It's in the exponent of your base of 10, so we can just do the logarithm, just to do a regular log of both sides, and that gets rid of an exponential with the base of 10. If you wanted to say log base 10 on both sides, you could. That's the same thing, of course, but when it is not written, it's implied that it is a base of 10, and so therefore what happens is that these two things cancel each other out. So you have w is equal to the log of 863. So on your calculator, you can just do the log of 863, and you get that number there. It says rounded to 3 decimal places, so that would be 2.936 as your final answer.